Yeah, the geek protagonist. And this one is another review. I meant to do this a couple days ago. I actually almost forgot. This is for Mortal... sorry about that. Had to use a headset here. This is for Mortal Kombat Legends. So, if you remember my review on Mortal Kombat Legends Scorpion's Revenge, that was a movie that was heavily centered around Scorpion, which was smart because Scorpion is the most popular character in Mortal Kombat. Liu Kang is up there. I know my favorite Sub-Zero, I think he's in the top 5. He might be in the top 3. Not Bihan, his brother. So, they took this story, and before I even get started with that, there's something I thought was really cool. So, WB Animation, they do this thing where they have Daffy jumping around, acting like the old school Daffy, the crazy one, where he used to be like, woo, 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 and all that stuff, right? And then Porky, you know, he used to always say that that's all, folks. He came out, grabs him by the throat, and brings him in. Because Daffy's going nuts. It's very funny, little cute animation, kind of a throwback to the old school. So, in this particular one, which was unexpected, Scorpion comes out and starts doing forms. Or, patterns. Forms in martial arts, if you don't know, is basically, it's a set of movements that you're doing that's actually a training thing, and you have to like master those forms. So it could be like low block, high block, kick, stuff like that. So he's doing all this stuff kind of like Daffy, and he's like jumping around, doing things. He throws the he throws his thing like to get over here, and then Shaggy, who was voiced by Matthew Lillard, pops up and goes like, "Get over here, man," and grabs him by his throat and pulls him in. And then the door opens back up, and then he's like got the green eyes and he's powered up. But you find out it's Ultra Instinct Shaggy. That freaking meme that got really popular, and I don't know why. But I thought it was funny. And Scooby's standing with them, and I'm like, because of that one movie where Shaggy went crazy and started like getting super tough, apparently people were like, nope, now he's Ultra Instinct, and it became a thing. So I thought that was really cool, and I kind of hope WB follows suit with that, where they start making things like that, where it's like instead of it always being Daffy and Porky, it's like different stuff. But that I thought was really cool. And I mean, Ultra Instinct Shaggy is, he's a meme. He's popular enough. I've seen people were very excited. So I'm to a point, I'm like, put him in a Mortal Kombat game. Why not? I think that would be fun. Just put him in a Mortal Kombat game. Or even if you do him in the Injustice game or something, just put Ultra Instinct Shaggy and stuff. I think people will really like that. Now, on to the movie. So, this movie was really cool. It was violent, and it was like what I expect from Mortal Kombat, and it was like balls to the wall action. Like, I don't think they had longer than like 5 minutes. Not even 5 minutes, maybe 3 minutes of downtime before they were fighting again. I like the fact that they had fatalities, but not everybody was a fatality. And it kind of reminded me of a combination of Mortal Kombat 4 back with Shinnok. That's actually one of my all-time favorite Mortal Kombats. If I'm thinking of the right one, which I think I am, because there's been a lot of them, and I have gotten a little mixy over the years, but I think it's Mortal Kombat 4, because it was after 3 when Shinnok was the Mad God. So yeah, they kind of played into that. The NetherRealm, I got to see my boy Sub-Zero and what he wanted to do with Scorpion and how Scorpion had to do certain things, and it was really cool because it also reminded you of Annihilation, because Annihilation was kind of based around 3. And so Mortal Kombat 3 as well. But they did the right beats, like why things were happening, what was going on. Basically, they broke the rules and they were having a war. And You got to see Kung Lao, and they did the X-ray stuff. They did it a lot too, and you got to see just how the tournaments work. And they just had that tournament, and basically Shao Khan shows up, as he should, and they kind of go through. So like how the first movie played up the tournament, but it was because Scorpion was going after, and they were kind of following Scorpion's story, but you got to see like them kind of beat some nobodies and take out some people to preserve characters for later, so it made sense. This one, there were characters that fell. It was really cool to see Jax in them. You saw Kentaro for Mortal Kombat 2. So it was like they took a lot and combined and made this really cool story. But then what made the story even better was that they handled it being a layered story. So Scorpion's story still was happening and what was going on, and then they put the focus back on Liu Kang. But Scorpion's story, now that he was established, he was dealing with his own thing. So was the Ninja Clan. They when they introduced Cyrax and Sector and stuff, and what happened, and Smoke, and you got to see like the relationship with that. That was really cool. There's like a finality to this, but I'm hoping we get a third one, because it was awesome. Like, you saw how beast mode Shao Khan is, and Liu Kang did this awesome thing in the movie where you thought he was about to lose, and then he was like, "Nah, I'm different. Yeah, I'm different." And then he lit it up. I was like, "Ooh!" It was a really fun time with a lot of the just all around action, the fighting. It was just excellent. Like in those categories, like the fight scenes were very crisp. That's what I'm talking about. The choreography for the animation, the fight scenes were extremely crisp. Definitely well choreographed. You saw concern, hurt. People would do moves. Johnny was great. The whole Sonya thing, how they were playing that up. They introduced Stryker, who I always had fun with in the games. I don't know why. But it was really funny to see him like react like, "Did I just hit something with wings?" Raiden, and you saw how Raiden felt about a lot of the stuff. You got to see the Elder Gods in a different way. That's why I said it does remind me of Annihilation, because it's weird. Mortal Kombat Annihilation, the movie, reminded me of Mortal Kombat like 3 and 4. It was like they kind of mixed them. But they were a little heavy. And for it kind of threw some stuff off, where Mortal Kombat, the games, kind of broke it down better. This one, I think, did really well, in the sense that they got back to that tournament feel. It was violent. Like, you saw Shao Kahn did not care. If he fought you, he was putting the bricks to you. You were a woman, it didn't matter. He was laying you down too. And that was interesting. And then the Shinnok story with Scorpion and Sub-Zero was happening too. And then the story kind of all coalesced and came together. And that itself was interesting. And like I said, I didn't say it, but I'm keeping this very, very light spoiler, because I want you to see it, because I was like, okay, this is actually really cool. And I'm curious on where they would take it next, or how. There's ways they can, but I'm curious to see what they do, and I hope we get a third one, because I really like this. It was violent, surprises on people that were taken down, who showed up. Mortal Kombat has hundreds upon hundreds of characters, and even I can admit, Cole felt a little unnecessary. And it was like, just give us Scorpion. And it wasn't that I hated Cole or nothing. I know when I talked to my mom, she kind of said the same thing. She said it. And actually, I talked to my friend. I talked to a few people. A lot of people feel like Cole was okay. And I know they were trying to make it everyman, but he was unnecessary. And I know they were like, well, we always create new characters. But it was like, the guy most of the time got beat up. And that became his superpower. Defense armor could get beat up. So hopefully the next movie they do a full tournament, and do it, because they got a lot of stuff right in there. For the weird tattoo thing, where because they're always obsessed with the tattoo, they actually got a lot of stuff right. So in the next one, I want them to get that going forward. Make the Mortal Kombat thing and push that along. And make the tournament something amazing. Because this movie, whoever did these, they're doing it right. They told the story. There was volatility. The stakes felt high. You didn't know who was going to make it because, like I said, some characters were like out. And I just think they did an awesome job. Raiden had a really interesting story in this as well. They did Shao Khan in a more human form. I kind of like the later designs they've done with him where he looks a little bit more, I don't know, like a dragon a little bit. I like that at the time, but the human form doesn't bother me. I think Shao Khan looks great. It was just that if you give me my preference, I kind of prefer that newer one where he looks like a little bit more animalistic, a little less human, less of a big, huge guy. You got to see some favorites. You got to see some really cool situations going on with Scorpion dealing with the cyborgs and how that happened and how things flipped. So, like I said, if you want a Mortal Kombat movie that has violence, got it. Gore, got it. The cool X-ray stuff, got it. Pretty strong storytelling, got it. Tournament, where it's another Mortal Kombat based around tournament, got it. You love Scorpion, got it. You love Sub-Zero, got it. You enjoy Johnny Cage or Jackson, that cool story, and some really crazy fights between humans in this, got it. So this movie, I actually did buy it. I watched the Twist tape, so this to me is a should buy because I did had a really fun time with this movie. It was more of what I expected, and that was a good thing. They didn't try to subvert my expectations because nothing should ever subvert my expectations. It should meet them or exceed them, not subvert them. Subverting is bad. Learn something. People who did He-Man and Thundercat crap and all his other junk, be better because your stuff is garbage. Hate Thundercat's roar. I'm still having trouble. I watched that like 2 years ago. I'm still having trouble trying to review that. Anyway, tell me what you think. Did you watch Mortal Kombat? I think you should. It's on my should buy list. Geek Protagonist. You stay safe. You stay healthy. You stay real. And I'll see you.